taste, can't erase bitterness in my face. Work a job every day till your dreams fade away. Like a card, never change, play the game, now we say.
Sitting down gritty, the city. Well, welcome to the Glacier Gamble podcast. This week we're talking about She-Hulk episode 6, Ocho. No, episode 6,
Ocho.
I was like, in my head, I was like,
names.
Siete. No, that's wrong. All right, just go with Ocho.
In Roman numerals, it'd be V. Let's go.
No, Ivy. Anyway, this episode was better than the last couple to me. This one was called Just Jen. Yeah, it was better than the last few for me. I think that it was about as funny as it's been.
Yeah, I thought I liked the humor. A lot of people I saw on the Twitterverse were upset because there was no Daredevil and no Matt Murdock. But what do you expect from an episode about Jennifer Walters that is titled Just Jen?
It's like they're trying to they can't be any more obvious.
Disney's trolling with this whole thing, and I love it. Like they're trolling with the whole series, and people are just people are getting upset. It's like laughable.
One thing that I will say, so I like the fourth wall breaking, right?
Yeah.
I think they're doing it a good amount. However, it's not what I want. Like, I was hoping it'd be a bit more talking.
I get what you mean. More Deadpool-y, but not quite full Deadpool.
As opposed to right now, that's using more of this exposition, like free exposition time. And that makes it feel more like a narration as opposed to talking to us.
I get it.
It feels more like she's talking to the
explaining
camera as opposed
something
to talking to the audience.
Yeah, and it's explaining something rather than just like in the first episode where like he'll get over it or whatever, and she's like holding up the thing and she was like, he'll get over it.
Right, like that's reactionary.
Yeah.
Right, like she feels like she's talking to you as opposed to
I don't want to go. This is a wedding or whatever. Like, yeah. So I get it. I get what you mean.
Yeah. So it kind of felt like exposition, but
I'm also glad they're not. I also glad they're not like overdoing it. Like this episode was probably the longest fourth wall break.
Yeah.
Like right off the bit, like she was talking to us for a while, which is, I mean, she's in her home alone. She's not like with anybody where someone would be like, "What are you doing?" Like,
right.
So, no, I didn't. I like this episode too. I liked it better than 2 and 3. Obviously, I still think it goes 1 and then 4. And then it's kind of probably. We said
last week, well, it just needed to be at least better than 2 and 3.
Yeah, and it was. Yeah.
With preferably better than 4. So I liked it better than 4. Sounds like you liked 4 a little better. I liked it a little better than 4.
It's just mainly
they added 2 people I don't trust. They added 2 characters.
The guy from the wedding,
the dude from the wedding who was extremely vague. Groom. But it kind of all melds together. How do you just let that go and don't question
and you're
that
super interested in Jen,
right? Like and their whole thing about previously on was all entirely focused on the drawing her blood and how her blood.
Right. And then you meet the intelligentsia.
So you know how that guy had the 3 syringes in his briefcase,
right?
There was no foam in there. Those things are just going to roll around and shatter. That was very bad syringe handling.
Okay.
They were literally like laying in an open case.
Professional, sure.
Right.
Just unprofessional.
No wonder these guys keep failing.
So obviously Samuel Stearns is probably not Samuel Stearns, aka the leader, is probably not running that operation, or considering he is a scientist. Right. He's somewhat of a scientist himself. Yeah, okay. So I don't think the leader is involved. I mean, we'll just get that out of the way because
it's MODOK.
It's a Hulk villain, but yeah, I don't know. Is it the intelligentsia? I don't know because I don't know what the intelligentsia is. Is it the wrecking crew that led the wrecking crew?
The intelligentsia was like, it seemed like a whole bunch of like just online kids.
Yeah, but I don't know.
I don't know. But but then
they made a point of it. They made a point of to introduce you to the intelligentsia, and then they showed the wrecking crew's little bit earlier. So I think that's all connected.
I agree.
And then I don't know where Titania fits in because she's kind of just this like random
who just keeps getting her ass beat.
Yeah. I don't know. I like the combat between them. The slow motion punch was badass.
Yeah.
I watched it and I was like, oh, because like Jen got a nice like dodge and then a hit or something, and it was like crack, and I was like,
Which,
oh yeah, that. Yeah.
While it was a little choppy, it was still better than when she was in a suit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like she's been in a dress twice or whatever. The one dress was more fitting. The one that Luke made her.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then like even the bridesmaid dress, like she didn't like. I feel like when you show her muscles, it looks better because it's not square shoulder suit.
Yeah, the suit makes the animation, it doesn't mold at all. It just seems so stiff.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought the animation, even if you want to pick it apart, yeah, I'm sure it wasn't perfect. It looked better than when she's in a suit.
Yeah, 100%.
But the other person I don't trust is the lawyer, Brooks.
Good.
Or
I think her name is Good, like Michelle Good or something like that.
Yeah.
Book. It's Book.
So we find out that she has family, but she doesn't want to talk about it, and she's getting really close to Jen and Jen's
Nikki.
friends.
Yeah, she's getting close to Nikki, which I think is weird.
And I think she's probably the one handling from the inside of. She's probably the one that they want to do the stab.
Yeah, don't the
dude from the wedding, or they're working together.
Yeah, it was like, don't tell Jen. Don't tell Jen about all this stuff.
Right.
Intelligentsia. I was like, come on, man. Like, instantly Nikki's like, okay, I won't. Jen, what like?
Yeah, well,
the way the cars were going too, I thought she was gonna get T-boned by someone, because it was like showing it from like the side view out the window, and she's driving.
And stuff, people always get slammed.
The same thing like Nick Fury did in Winter Soldier or whatever he was in, where he got hit in. So yeah, I thought for sure that she was gonna get T-boned, and I was like, no, like everyone likes Nikki. So
so my wife pointed out that Nikki is the one that's been moving the plot forward the most.
Sure.
She's like, without Nikki, the plot really wouldn't be moving forward as fast as it has.
Right. Sure.
And so she's like, so when is Nikki getting her big moment? Like clearly she's gonna have a big moment. It's like, seems like Nikki's gonna
she'll have like
or she's gonna get killed. Like that, she'll be like a huge kill, and that's what makes She-Hulk. I don't know. Right now, they haven't shown me enough She-Hulk to know why she should be in anything else.
Right, and then now we're getting into the last 3 episodes, which I assume all 3 are going to be big. Like all 3 are going to be.
They said it gets better each time.
Yeah. So
obviously there's nothing else they're going to say besides that, but
right. Yeah, and all the people. There's a reason that all the critics and stuff got to see first 4 episodes and not the first 3 episodes. So because they're probably like, oh, 1 is really good. Okay, 2 and 3 are kind of, and then 4 is good. So I'm excited for the next 3. I think you're going to get Matt Murdock probably in the next one. I don't know when. At some point, because you get Matt Murdock.
They have a lot of storyline, just like Hawkeye. When we were talking about Hawkeye, it has a lot of storylines that all have to get wrapped up.
Yeah, but you don't necessarily know what each storyline is. So like, and you don't know how big each storyline is. Right? Like you got Titania, you got this Intelligentsia Wrecking Crew thing.
Is Wonger's wrapped up?
Yeah,
is Abomination wrapped up?
Daredevil coming? I don't know. Yeah,
what's Daredevil gonna do?
Yeah,
what's Titania gonna do? What about Book and the Joshua? Not Joshua, Jonathan.
It was Josh. Was the dude. Jonathan was the pug, the little Chihuahua.
Yeah. So Joshinson is the guy.
Yeah.
I don't trust either of them, but we have to figure out what's going on with them.
Yeah.
I just think and then are we gonna find out anything about Bruce, or is he just done?
Yeah, where's Bruce gonna come back? I don't know.
Is he? Probably not.
Like he got taken by the Grand Master ship. A lot of people think like it's because he has a son, like in Sakaar, but then like I don't know.
Well, they did talk about whether or not he's been promiscuous, right? They brought it up in the beginning with Captain America and Hulk himself. Maybe that's their little introduction. Like, yeah, when I was in space being controlled by the other guy.
Yeah.
I have now sired 1,400 offspring, all that are going to
Right.
be fighting to the death in a tournament that I put together myself.
Right. And Wolverine is going to kill them all, and then we're going to eat him, and he's going to rip me apart from the inside. What? Who's Wolverine?
Aaron Egerton.
Yeah.
What?
Was it?
No, he wasn't talking about Wolverine. But anyway, yeah, so I thought She-Hulk was all right. I think Nikki, like my wife, I agree with her. Nikki's moving a lot of things forward, and she's going to have a big moment. They introduced 2 new
Even if
characters
it's
that you
Katie.
absolutely can't trust.
Katie, it's going to have like a Katie moment in Shang-Chi. Where like Katie just like grabs a bow and hits like the game-winning shot out of nowhere. Never picked up a bow in her life.
Turns it sideways just for the effect.
Right. Kill shot. Yeah. One of those like where the side character gets like a big moment.
Right. Where it cuts like 14, 15 different angles before showing the slow motion shot.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like she's gonna hit Titania, or like Titania's gonna be in her face or something, and she's gonna like Jen and Titania are gonna be in a battle, and then she's gonna swing like a vibranium purse and like hit Titania against the wall or something.
Or it'll be something not physical. It'll be something like she makes the key win in the case at the end.
Yeah. Or she
say what? It's a law show. They keep
she
telling
does
us
something
it's a
about
law show.
Book. Yeah, she figures out Book too.
Right.
Something.
So these last few episodes are gonna we also know that there's gonna have to be some sort of case. So I think Matt Murdock is introduced before Daredevil does.
Oh yeah, 100%.
And it's gonna be in a case because it doesn't involve anything with Mr. Immortal.
Yeah. He's done.
That
was just a one-off.
That was just a side story.
Yeah, just to kind of be shady of Book.
The B plot, as they'd say.
Yeah.
I
hope Matt Murdock just kills Book in court, though. That'd be sweet.
I mean, I want to find out more about Book first. I would like to.
She is not. Yeah.
There's no way you can't trust her. There's no way. She gives off way more Contessa vibes than she does Nick Fury vibes.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, there's something
like shady.
You would tell me something. You would at least tell me. You'd tell me something.
Right.
She doesn't want to tell anything.
And the whole intelligentsia thing. Yeah. She was always apprehensive. Yeah, she was always apprehensive to like befriend Jen.
Yep.
Yeah. So
doesn't want to get too close to her target.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wants to get close to other people that are close to her target.
Sure.
So she'll know everything. She's gonna show up some randomly at Jen's parents.
Yeah, something.
She talked to all those guys.
She could be like working with Titania too, and like it was she killed Titania in court because that's part of their plan to get Book like trusted by Jen or something like that. So we'll see. Who knows?
I think the next episodes will get better. I don't know what they're gonna do with all these storylines, especially in unless the last episode is an hour. I don't think it will be though. And each one of these last 2 haven't had post-credit scenes.
Right.
So they're not adding in any sort of like extra exposition to try to move certain storylines along.
Sure.
I'm just not sure how they're going to do it. Just like I was kind of worried in Hawkeye, and then it turned out like, oh yeah, Echo didn't really get cleared up that well.
Right. But then they're like, Echo gets her own series too. So
right. So then we're gonna have to figure out like which things could they push on to something else.
Right.
Like which story. So Daredevil will obviously get pushed into his own series. So Daredevil probably won't have a huge point in the plot, I would assume. It would be like, that his won't get wrapped up.
But I mean, Shield could come back for a little bit of that. I like a little bit of Daredevil Born Again. I prefer not because I'd like to keep it that darker side, like the Netflix, kind of like the Netflix Daredevil. Because now I saw on Twitter that like John Bernthal might be back.
Yeah,
John Bernthal's back as Punisher. It's not going to
be. You could have her come back for half of an episode and have her be dark.
Yeah. No, yeah, you could, for sure.
You could ever have one comic line. Like you could have one comic relief line and have her be dark the rest of it.
Right. Or have Frank Castle just shoot her with a bunch of bullets or something. It's just bouncing off.
Right. You could have her you could have her be dark.
Yeah. So
I'm trying to think of anything else that they would be in. I mean, otherwise, Hulk book would have to be something pretty major.
Yeah.
You'd have to be the head of some major organization to be seen in something future.
Yeah.
Like Ravonna, the judge.
Right.
She's part of something huge.
Right.
Like book
Yeah,
needs
and
to
the
be part of
grants
something
thing. Yeah.
big in order to see her continue on.
Sure. Yeah.
And then the dude from the wedding, he's clearly a like pawn character. He's gonna show up, be a bad guy, and then he's gonna get defeated.
Yeah.
He just seems like one of those characters.
Yeah. No one's taken interest in Jen. Everyone's taking interest in She-Hulk, and now this guy's just miraculously taking interest in Jen.
As they're trying to put a focus on people trying to get her blood.
Yeah.
This guy's interested in Jen.
Right.
Book's trying to get close to Jen without
Right.
getting close to Jen. Yeah.
Sure.
It's clearly gonna be. I think the most exciting thing story-wise would be is if the dude from the wedding and Book both were from different organizations.
Sure. Both after
Jen's blood. So we know that
Sure.
multiple people it is out there. Jen's blood is
Well, yeah, and
valuable.
they can't get it from Hulk because Hulk's off.
But
off
how'd they hear
planet.
about it then?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. They can't. Well, here's the thing. Like, it would make sense. Like, rest in peace, William Hurt. But Thaddeus Thunderbolt Ross was obsessed with getting Hulk's like serum. So that's why he sent Abomination to try to get it. That's why it's in Sam Stern's brain. That's why he's the leader now. So it would make sense if Thaddeus Ross is behind everything. But I don't know what they're gonna do with Thunderbolt Ross going forward because the actor has passed. So if Book's leading it, if Contessa's leading it, I don't know, but someone can do that, and they can make Red Hulk anybody going forward. So it doesn't have to be Thunderbolt Ross. So
They'll just have it be a descendant, like, or an obscure relative of Ross, and have him be like Lightning Bolt Ross,
yeah,
Thunderbolt Jr.
Yeah. Betty Ross, but I don't think they could do like a Red She-Hulk with Betty Ross. I don't know.
You're thinking Betty White.
Hulk's former lover.
Betty White.
Yeah, Betty White. I'm sure.
Her and Lou Ferrigno.
Hulk smash.
Oh God. All right, on that note, yeah, anyways, good episode. I'm excited for the following weeks.
Yeah.
And I'm excited for some of these new shows coming out as well. I feel like it's going to be a while till the next thing.
It's like November for Black Panther.
Feels like a long time.
Gonna be a rough couple months. Yeah. Be a rough month and a half.
No, a fun couple months.
Yeah.
We're going to do fun stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, you all look great today. See you
here.
next week. What was it?
I said I can do that same thing down here.
I know. GG, everyone.
GG. Love you.
Yeah. Please tell me that I can't, that I won't, that I fail, that I'll never make it out, yeah. Please tell me all the bad, never good, fill my head full of every single doubt, yeah. Please say any negative thoughts, I pop off when I hear people say I cannot. I get off to the thought of proving everyone wrong, I won't stop to the top, so you better back off and get lost. I'ma stay loud, stay proud, never running out, never heading south.